Welcome back and welcome to Women in Sports. I'm telling you guys, it was an action-packed weekend for the National Women's Soccer League and some semi-final showdowns, so let's get right to it. It was the Washington Spirit and the Orlando Pride who came out on top. In the Washington versus New York, New Jersey game, a 1-1 tie forced just the second playoff shootout in NWSL history, and it was Washington's goalkeeper, Aubrey Kingsbury, who saved the day, saving every single PK to defeat the reigning champs, Gotham FC. Meanwhile, Orlando beat Kansas City in a 3-2 match on Sunday to make it to their first ever NWSL championship. The game winner, by the way, was scored by Brazilian legend Marta. This now sets up Saturday's championship match between the top two seeds in the league for the first time in 5 years. This game will be Saturday with a kickoff at 7 p.m. Central Time, and you can watch on CBS or by streaming the game on Paramount+. This weekend was also the draft lottery for the WNBA to determine which teams will get the first picks. And it was the Dallas Wings who drew the very first pick of the 2025 WNBA draft. The Los Angeles Sparks won the second overall pick for the second year in a row. From there, Chicago goes third and Washington will choose fourth. Of course, the WNBA world was buzzing on Sunday, as this means the presumed #1 overall pick will be headed to Dallas. And that will most likely be Paige Beckers of UConn. Other top prospects include Kiki Arafin from USC, Notre Dame's Olivia Miles, and Z Fudd, another player at UConn. And speaking of the WNBA, there's an NBA superstar who might be interested in building another team for the W. Last week, Essence reported that Jason Tatum of the Boston Celtics is considering a $200 million bid to have a WNBA team in St. Louis. If that ever came to fruition, that would certainly reshape women's pro basketball in the Midwest. But if you just can't wait until May for some pro women's basketball, you're in luck. The inaugural season of Unrivaled tips off in January. This is a brand new 3-versus-3 professional league. It was founded by two of the W's biggest stars, Nafizia Collier and Brianna Stewart. So the league will have 6 teams, each with 6 players. The games will be played on a compressed full court in Miami, and it's seen as an alternative for players who don't want to play overseas in the offseason. Unrivaled is also setting a record with the highest average salaries in women's sports history. And so far, 34 of the 36 Unrivaled players have been announced, which includes familiar names like Kelsey Plum, Kate Martin, Aliyah Boston, Lexi Hull, and Dejanai Carrington. Angel Reese is there as well. And now fans have been wondering if Caitlin Clark will join Unrivaled. For that, we'll have to wait and see who the final 2 players are. And tomorrow, we are all going to find out which players will be on which team, as the pre-sale tickets for Unrivaled will go live tomorrow. General public tickets will also be available on Thursday. Closer to home, there's only one local lady on this week's Midwest Technical Institute Score Standout nominee list, Madison Austin from Sterling. She swam a personal record in the state 50 freestyle, and she was so fast, she nearly broke the school record as well. You have until tomorrow at noon to cast your vote for any of our nominees. All you gotta do is head over to our website, and each week's winner will be featured on Off the Cuff. Finally tonight, it's a comeback for an Olympic champion. 3-time Olympic medalist Lindsey Vonn is ending her retirement at age 40 to rejoin the U.S. ski team. It's been more than 6 years since Vonn's last Olympics. She's a 4-time overall World Cup champion, and her 82 World Cup race victories were the women's record until being eclipsed by Michaela Schifrin. Vonn is hoping for top results on the World Cup circuit and a shot at the 2026 Winter Olympics in Milan. And that'll do it for this week's edition of Women in Sports.